Pressure feels different when there's a clock involved. Not abstract pressure, not long-term pressure, the kind of pressure where everyone knows exactly how much time is left. The score is visible, the margin is thin, and every decision carries weight. This kind of pressure doesn't ask what you know, it reveals what you trust. Welcome back to Summit After the Storm. I'm Bart Wilbanks. With championship games behind us, the biggest weekend in football is ahead. I've been thinking about what pressure looks like when time is short and expectations are loud, and how leadership shows up when the clock is ticking. There's a difference between pressure that builds slowly and pressure that arrives suddenly. Deadline pressure doesn't leave room for theory. You don't get to workshop your values. You act from whatever has already been formed. That's true in sports, and it's true in leadership. It also shows up in much smaller, quieter places. This week, my wife was out of town, and the margin of error was thinner. I'll be honest, I don't make a great single dad. I wouldn't say horrible, but there are days when I need a lot more grace. When you're carrying the load alone, pressure builds faster. Small moments compound. Patience gets tested. And that's when you notice something important. When time compressed, I didn't become someone new. I relied on whatever habits were already there. Some bad, some good. Each situation offers a choice. Patience or frustration. Presence or control. Pressure didn't create those responses. It exposed them. And it also made something else clear. It reminded me how much I rely on my wife. Not because she removes responsibility, but because she absorbs pressure. She's like a release valve. When things stack up, she helps slow the buildup before it turns into something it shouldn't. Her presence doesn't eliminate pressure, it regulates it. And when that valve isn't there, you feel how quickly pressure can rise. That realization wasn't frustration, it was gratitude. When time compresses, behavior reveals belief. Kilimanjaro had moments like that. Not the long days of hiking, but the short windows where decisions mattered. When weather shifted, when oxygen dropped, when stopping or continuing carried real consequences. There was no time to debate identity. We moved from instinct. And instinct always reflects preparation. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1 says, "There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens." Some seasons allow reflection, others demand response. Wise leaders learn to recognize the difference. Not every moment is for analysis, some moments are for execution. High pressure moments don't create leadership, they expose it. When the clock is running, you don't rise to the equation. You fall back on what you've rehearsed. Culture shows up, character shows up, preparation shows up. And whatever hasn't been formed yet won't magically appear when the stakes are highest. Here's the question worth asking today. If pressure suddenly compressed your timeline, what would your instincts reveal? Would they reveal panic or preparation? Urgency or clarity? Pressure with a clock doesn't leave room for pretending. It reveals what has already been built. If this reflection resonated, follow the podcast on Spotify and learn more at summitafterstorm.com. Thanks for listening. I'll talk to you soon. And until next time, keep climbing. Poly poly.